I'm going to declare a quorum and call the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, May 18th, 2020 to order. In response to State of Connecticut Executive Order Number 7B, Protection of Public Health and Safety during COVID-19 Pandemic and Response, further suspension or modification of statutes dated March 14, 2020, suspending in-person open meeting requirements. All public meetings will be closed to the public at this time. Public meetings will be televised in real time on Groton Municipal Television, Channel 2, and online. If you wish to address the mayor and council during receipt of citizens' petitions and comments, please call at 860-446-4130 or 860-440-9974. Clerk Patrick, please call the roll.
Just writing down that other number. Present in the room are Mayor Hedrick, City Clerk Deborah Patrick. For staff, we have Parks and Recreation Director Mary Hill and the Mayor's admin Jill Rusk. Councilors present are Deputy Mayor via Skype or telephone, Deputy Mayor Jamal Beckford, Councilors Lisa McCabe, Reginald Stanford, Guinevere Depot, Minerva Ortiz, and Rashad Carter.
Okay.
Oh, and excused is Finance Director Ron Uhas.
All right, thank you. Okay, for those in the room, we'll stand and salute the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognitions, awards, and memorials. Council. Okay, hearing none, I would like to draw attention to this week is National Public Works Week. So I want to thank the men and women that work at Public Works here, those that keep the roads plowed in the wintertime, people that are picking up your trash and recycle now during this pandemic to help prevent other issues associated with disease and pestilence. So they are doing that for you they are doing that day after day in and day out. For those people that are keeping the streets clean and keeping the sidewalks maintained. So there is a video that's out, and one of the things we're asking for is if you would like to show your appreciation for the Public Works men and women, you could go online, you could do a video, you could do a Facebook post and tag it with hashtag COGPubWorks. That's hashtag COGPUBWORKS. So that's the awards, recognition, and the memorials. On to receipt of citizens' petitions, comments. Receipt of citizen petitions, a portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please call 860-446-4130 or 860-440-9974. Clearly state your name and address and speak clearly into the microphone. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the City of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during responses to citizens' petitions portion of the meeting. Okay, the phone lines are open. For the council, I am going to wait approximately 1 minute, and then if no one responds, then we will move on. We're at 30 seconds.
Mr. Mayor?
Councilor
Ortiz over here.
Councilor Ortiz?
Yes, sir. I'd like to mention one of our city residents. She's making masks, and she gives them away.
Okay.
If you can make it to her, she'll mail them to you. and I think that was so special.
Okay, hold
Her
on.
name is,
Counselor Ortiz, hold on a minute. I'm going to get you under communications and reports. I'll get you to report out on that during communication and reports. Is that okay?
yes, sir.
All right, I'll be with you in just a moment. Okay,
Yeah.
time is up. Lines are down. We're going to, since there's nothing for receipt of citizens petitions, we're skipping response to citizens petitions comments. I need a motion to approve the May 4th, 2020 Mayor and Council meeting minutes.
Councilor
Deputy
Depot,
Mayor
so
Jamal
moved.
Beckford. Oh, second that.
Depot, Beckford.
Depot and
Deputy
Beckford.
Mayor Beckford.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any additions, corrections, deletions, changes to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. I'm going to move to communications and reports. Counselor, wait, we'll go around the room.
Okay,
Counselor McCabe?
No report.
Counselor Stanford?
Nothing to report.
Counselor Depot?
Nothing to report.
Counselor Ortiz, you're on.
Yes, sir. This lady from the city, she's one of our residents. Her name is Polly Golden. She's making masks and she gives them away. If you can't get to her, she'll even mail them to you. And she's making it all, without earning anything back. She should give it to the community, to whomever needs it. And I think that is so, so cool.
I agree with you. So, if you would like some masks, please contact the mayor's office at 860-446-4103. Well, I recognize that, there are a limited number of masks. I don't have 1 million masks. I don't have 10,000 masks. I don't have 1,000 masks. But if somebody needs 1 or 2 masks or a handful of masks, we will get your request to some people and try to get you some masks. We'll do our best. Okay, Councilor Ortiz, anything else?
No thanks.
Councilor Carter.
Well, nothing to report.
Okay, Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Nothing to report.
Okay? All right, then I'm going to report a couple of things here. With summer upon us and the days are getting warmer, and next weekend being Memorial Day weekend, people are asking about the beach. So when I was down there this weekend, people said, Mayor, when are you going to open the beach? The beach was never closed. The beach is open now. People can come into the beach. They can use the boardwalk. They can park. They can watch the waves. They can get out. People can go on the beach. People can go in the water. The difference is when we open the beach in season, the difference is staffing, beach passes, and lifeguards. So I want to address where we are with the opening of the beach. I have Beach and Parks Director Mary Hill here, and Mary has been instrumental in helping me get to this decision and helping me get to where we are going to go. I still need some information from some government agencies to help me with some of the nuances, but so with that, I have some bullets to read. We are opening Eastern Point Beach as scheduled on June 20th with restrictions. I'm waiting on guidance from DEP and DPH that's expected later this week. We're looking at the max beach capacity to ensure the number of patrons allowed on the beach and number of cars in the parking lot, as well as how many people have historically been in other parts of the beach property. Beach passes will be on sale starting Saturday, May 23rd online. If you're unable to purchase a pass online, you may mail in your pass request with a copy of ID, a copy of your vehicle registration, and a check, or you may drop it off at the blue box on the landing outside of the municipal building. Beach passes are non-refundable. Due to the limited capacity, purchase of a beach pass does not automatically mean you will get into the beach. This includes city residents and walk-ins. Passes will not be sold in person at the municipal building or at the beach gate. No cash will be accepted. All passes will be mailed. No day passes will be sold. This is different than years past, but we're in a different situation than years past. You will only be allowed on the beach with a pre-purchased pass. Walk-ins will be limited to city residents only with proper ID. All minors must be accompanied by an adult when on Eastern Point Beach property. This is a fluid situation. Understand that the beach may only be open for part of the season. Beach times and rules may change based on the fluctuating and unknown conditions at the national, state, and local levels. Right now, I am looking at limiting Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays to City of Groton residents only. The concession stand will be closed this year. Picnic tables and grills will not be available this summer. Bathrooms may be monitored and have limited occupancy. Patrons will be required to wear masks in the bathrooms, and bathrooms will be cleaned on a regular basis. And aside to that, it is expected very soon that we will start the renovations on the bathroom. We currently have 2 porta potties at the beach, and those will remain in place until we open up the beach. Now, some people are saying we always open on Memorial Day. We are exactly where we normally are at this time of the year. We do not open the beach on Memorial Day. We have not done that. And we have not provided staff to oversee the rules on Memorial Day. We are depending on the weather. We are looking at having staff there Memorial Day to do a count to help me and help Mary validate the max number of the occupancy that we're going to allow. Patrons will be required to wear masks from their vehicles to their destinations and when walking around beach property when unable to maintain social distancing. So let me be clear and explain this. I do not expect you to lay on your towel with a mask on. I do expect you to wear your mask from your vehicle to your beach site while you're setting up your beach site. Once your beach site is established and set up and you're not moving around anymore, take your mask off. Social distancing will be enforced on the beach. Parents are expected to ensure that their children follow social distancing guidelines. We are asking patrons to please be respectful of others with the amount of space they take up on the beach, as well as how long they stay at the beach, to allow others to also enjoy the beach. Patrons who do not follow these guidelines will be asked to leave the beach. If you are removed from the beach on multiple occasions, your beach pass will be revoked for this season. We ask that all patrons be respectful and patient with staff in changing rules this summer. We are in unprecedented times, and the City of Groton is working to ensure a healthy, safe, and fun summer for all. So let me talk about my staff real quick. One of the things that I wrestled with is whether or not to open the beach. I am allowing the beach to be open. I have made a data-driven decision based on information that I have and what I think is our ability to keep people safe through social distancing and other social rules like masks and things like that. If my staff comes and talks to you about an issue, I ask you to be polite and be courteous to them. They are carrying out the rules that I've directed for them to carry out. Do not take it out on them. If you're mad at me, come see me, call me. Do not take it out on my staff. They're doing what they're being asked to do. And they are as concerned about their well-being as well as your well-being as you are about your well-being. So with that, I will open it up to council for comment. Council?
Councilor Ortiz,
Councilor Ortiz, you're recognized.
thank you. How about when the kids are playing in the sand? They're friends, but they're not from the same group that went to the beach. Do they have to wear a mask when they're playing in the sand?
Okay, so I found out this afternoon that the guidelines for parks programs later this summer will not require children to wear a mask. And therefore, I have made the decision that the children will not be required to wear a mask. Because frankly speaking, how are you going to get a 3 and a 4 and a 5-year-old to keep a mask on? You're just not going to do that. Now, as far as social distancing, I'm asking people to social distance and try to keep their children from playing with other children, but that's another challenge that we have, and that is, how do you tell a 3-year-old that they can't build a sandcastle with another 3-year-old? So we are going to do the best that we possibly can. We are going to try to social distance where we can, but we're not going to be we're not going to be the COVID police, and we're not going to use extreme measures in order to keep people apart. We're asking for compliance. Now, if you're of a certain age group, maybe you should consider not coming to the beach. If you are concerned that you may not be safe, then maybe you should not come to the beach. But for those of you that do come to the beach, and for those of you that choose to come in and pay for your pass and come through our gates, I expect you to follow the rules that we set out and we set forth. It is a measure, and I do not care if you think the masks are a bunch of hooey and you think this is fake science. The current guidelines are there for social distancing and for the mask to keep other people safe. So I'm asking for that help. Anyone else from the, Councilor Ortiz, did that answer your question?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay. Any other councilors?
Councilor Carter has a
Councilor Carter?
comment, rather.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to commend you and Director Mary Hill for making the decision, a prompt decision, and I believe that you made the right decision. I also think that you hit it right on the head with that last statement that you said, as far as there may be certain people that are vulnerable that shouldn't be at the beach. But I commend you for allowing the residents to make that decision, if the beach is right for them or not. I think with this COVID thing, it's more than just physical, medical health. There's mental health involved. There's a lot of things involved, and I think opening that beach is a good call. I also would like to say that with this decision, I mean, as a council member, as a councilman, it was important for me to make sure that the city residents were at the forefront with the deepest thoughts and consideration with the beach, and with the outline and with the plan that you have forward. It seems like they are. So I commend you on that as well.
Thank you. One of the things that I wrestled with was whether to go residents only or whether to keep it with an open policy for purchasing passes. I had several discussions with my attorney, and there are other mayors and first selectmen that are sticking with the resident only philosophy, using safety as the reason for doing that. But if you were to look around the area, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been talking to anybody and everybody that would talk to me about the beach. And this is the region's beach for this side of the river. A lot of people come from Gales Ferry and even from Norwich and the town and other places to come to this beach. There have been people that have been coming here 30 and 40 years. So this, for me, is a compromise. It gives preference to city residents on the weekends, but it allows access to everyone else and therefore does not circumvent the current law that is on the books. And for people, and for after 8 o'clock, the beach is opened up because with the gate guard goes away. And I want to thank Director Mary Hill because she was instrumental in answering a lot of my questions to get me to yes. It has been a long road to get me to yes because I went through lots of different scenarios to make sure that I was comfortable, and the social distancing is capacity, and social distancing is one of the things that is going to help me get there. Councilor Carter, anything else? Any other councilor has a comment?
Yeah, this is Deputy Mayor Beckford.
Deputy Mayor Beckford, you're recognized.
So I'd like to echo some of Councilor Carter's comments that, I know that this couldn't have been an easy decision made by you or Ms. Hill, Director Hill. So, I do commend you on that. I do want to just mention right now, this is just from the state of Connecticut's website, right? So if you go to their COVID-19 portal, and it doesn't have the statistics broken down out for Groton City, but just for Groton in general, Groton Town, that we have, it's a population of 40,000 people. We have 1,385 people who have been tested, which amounts to about 3%. And of those 3%, we have 103 confirmed cases of COVID-19 that have occurred in Groton. And we've had 17 deaths that have been attributed to COVID-19. And so right now, I don't think the numbers, that the numbers are pointing to saying, no, don't open up the beach. But I think we should just, I guess my recommendation is just be aware that this is something that's still developing, and we could be seeing a second wave once places are opened up. And so your comment about being flexible or fluid is, I think, spot on. We're going to have to, I would just recommend that we take a look at the numbers and make sure that we're not putting people, especially our own staff and residents, at risk if they go to the beach. And just another thing, just to keep, I just think people need to keep in mind that even if you do feel comfortable, you feel healthy enough to go to the beach, you may be in the same circles as people who aren't. And so you could still be putting them at risk if you go to the beach. So if they're susceptible to this, you should still be spreading it to them as well. So again, I think just keeping a pulse on the numbers and making sure that we're flexible and fluid, and we're set up in order to pivot if necessary. I think that's important, but right now I do feel comfortable.
One of the things that I was looking at was numbers, and people were saying you got to let city residents only in because of everybody else. And as of Friday, we have 25 confirmed cases of positive COVID in the city of Groton. So it's not as if we're a COVID-free zone. So you can't, for the local area, I can't say that Waterford is any more of a risk than New London, than the town of Groton, than the city of Groton, or anything else. So with that, I could not justify just allowing residents only. In addition to that, the way that you minimize your risk is that you reduce your numbers so that you can get the spread that you need, physical spread that you need, so that people will not be on top of each other and in each other's breathing zones. So one of the things that I did was I did a calculation of the square footage of the beach. I did a rough, and then Mary was able to provide me with a more accurate number. And then based on the governor's new directives that came out in a press release on Friday, he's saying there has to be 15 feet between beach camps. And so we did some math and some calculations. We've come up with some numbers there. We're looking at numbers associated with the parking spaces. We have 234 parking spaces, so we're going to reduce the capacity of that. And the other thing that we looked at, there was a bunch of things that we looked at that I ruled out. For example, taking temperatures with an infrared thermometer. The challenge with that is you could be asymptomatic, and meaning you do not show symptoms, and you could still be infectious. And that could be anybody, no matter where you come from. So one of the things that we looked at was how do you manage that? Because there's no way of knowing at any given point whether or not somebody coming through the gate could be asymptomatic. One of the things that we evaluated was shutting the gates, locking the gates, and putting up fences so that people could not have access to the beach. We talked about it. It was not a popular discussion, but we talked about it, and we decided that the mental health of people was very important, and we would do what we could to get the yes on this. We also looked at leaving it where it is, status quo, which anybody and everybody could come in, but we're having challenges with cleanliness in the beach. We're having challenges with people walking their dogs on the sand and in the water. We're having challenges with people not picking up after their dogs. So with all those things, we decided that once we get staff in place, we control who comes in on the beach, and then we enforce the rules and social distancing. That will give us the best opportunity to have a good summer and come out with no one being infected. Anyone else?
Mr. Mayor, Councilor Ortiz.
Councilor Ortiz, you're recognized.
Yes, thank you. So to wrap it up, we have to put this on the citizens. We have the rules for the beach, and they must follow, but each one of us are capable of, being our own boss. So, you can stay home if you cannot follow the rules always, or if you're, afraid that you're going to catch the virus. So each one of us can make that decision for ourselves.
I agree. Personal responsibility is a big deal. Any other counselor? Director Hill, would you like to add anything?
I think you covered it all. I'm very pleased with the outcome where we're at right now.
Okay. All right, then that's all we have for Eastern Point Beach. I will be doing a PSA later this week, and we'll be putting it out. We'll be putting it out on Eastern Point Beach site, EPPOA, Groton Community, and the government Facebook page, so that this work. Oh, I'm sorry, and Parks and Rec. I forgot, Mary. I apologize. And the Parks and Rec website.
Might start there.
We'll put it on there first. Facebook page, rather. We'll put it on there first. Okay, so we're going to move on to a couple other things I want to talk about. A reminder that 2 days from now, on Wednesday, outdoor seating for restaurants is allowed. So there are a couple restaurants in the city of Groton that are going to take advantage of that. 40 Thieves is one, and is that all right? And Outer Light is also going to take advantage of that. And those are the two that I'm aware that are going to take advantage of outdoor seating at this time. That may change as things move along. But, and Par 4, I'm sorry, Par 4 is also going to take advantage of outdoor seating. So those are the three restaurants that I am aware that are going to take advantage of that. The last thing that I want to talk about under this section is I received an email from my attorney last week that the group that was interested in the Mother Bailey house have backed out due to financial considerations due to COVID. And they do not have the free capital to put on the Mother Bailey house. I have a real estate committee meeting tomorrow, and we're going to meet. We have two other respondents that responded in the same RFP. We will reach out to, well, I'm going to talk to the real estate committee. My recommendation is we reach out to them to see where they are. If that works, then we'll go down that path in that direction. If not, we will be forced to issue another RFP. I know that's not what any of us want to hear. It is the situation that we're in this case, but we will reach a positive outcome in the end. It's just going to take us a little longer than I anticipated. Anything from council? Okay, moving on. Committee referrals. Okay, new business. I need a motion to enter into executive session pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes 1-206 Echo and 1-210-9 to discuss union negotiations, to include the council and HR Director Linda Abedisian. I need a motion.
Stanford, so moved. Council Stanford, so moved.
Deputy Mayor.
I got Councilor Stanford as the mover. Who's second?
Councilor McCabe.
Councilor McCabe is second. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We are in executive session. We will have business coming out of executive session. Mary, thank you very much.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay, we were out of executive session at 8:21.
Okay.
We are now back in regular session. I need a motion to suspend the rules to amend the agenda to add Resolution R-20-5-53, resolution that the mayor and council accept the successor collective bargaining agreement between the City of Groton and the Groton White Collar Association, Chapter 91 CSEA Incorporated, for the period July 1, 2019 through June 30th, 2023, and that the mayor be authorized to execute said agreement on behalf of the City of Groton.
We need a motion and a second, please.
Councilor McCabe, I make a motion.
Councilor McCabe,
Councilor Depot seconds.
Councilor Depot second. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, hold on one second.
Councilor Stanford,
Stanford, that should read June 30, 2022, not 2023.
you're right. June 30, 2022. I'll read it correctly when I read the resolution. This is just to get authorization to add it to the agenda to discuss. But you are correct. I've changed it to 2022. All in favor say aye.
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 Okay. Opposed? Abstention? So the motion carries. So I will need a motion for Resolution R-20-5-53. It reads, therefore be it resolved in accordance with the provision of Connecticut General Statutes Section 7-474B, the mayor and city of Groton council hereby accept the aforesaid agreement, and that the mayor is hereby authorized and directed to execute said agreement on behalf of the city of Groton.
Counselor Depot, so moved.
Councilor McCabe, second.
So we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention. Motion carries. We have no other business. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Councilor McCabe, I make a motion to adjourn.
Councilor McCabe, Councilor Stanford. We have a motion and a second. We are adjourned. Thank you, council. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks for coming out tonight.